Hello and welcome to the Redmen TV. It's daily news time. A little bit later than normal because nothing's really happened other than, Liverpool signed Alisson Becker for a world record fee for a goalkeeper last night. We put loads of videos out. I'm really disappointed that none of you's watched any of them. I can't believe that the Alisson Becker signed video has essentially got no views compared to Tom's match reaction for a 2-0 victory against Blackburn in a pre-season game. I'm really disappointed with every single one of you. I mean, don't get me wrong, Tom's match reaction was stupendous.
People just like me, Chris. I get it. You know what I mean? I don't know what it is. Just, I don't know.
He's getting a bit big for his boots, isn't he? You know what I mean? He comes in here now, not in a black T-shirt, gets more views than us on the videos, and it's a swingers, you know what, around. Let's get into some news because it's probably we've been live about a minute now and I've done nothing. Our apologies. Okay, let's go to the Liverpool Echo website first and foremost. Liverpool boss Jurgen Klopp explains Alisson signing, makes another transfer admission. If you want to see what Jurgen Klopp said, watch the interview we did with him last night. Us and all the North West journalists were all gathered around Jurgen, hanging off every single word, but he does call you, spoilers, he calls him world class. Go over, it's on the YouTube channel, you can watch that after you've done this if you haven't already. I'm going to go down to an interesting part, and again, this is from the video, but I do think this is definitely for the news. We have everything we need for the next season because I don't think we'll do anything more in the market. I'm pretty sure of that, Klopp said. We have the squad now for the moment, and that's the most important thing. We were not too bad last year, but we had to improve, and we've tried that in the transfer market. We lost one or two players, and we brought in a few. I'm really happy with our signings, to be honest, so now let's use the last few weeks of pre-season to be as good as possible. And again, all that's in the video that we put out. Good sort of 2-3 minute video with him on that, and a 2-3 minute video with him talking about Blackburn as well, if you're interested in that one. Okay, so I've got a few personal thoughts on this. I think, I was speaking to a European football expert. He writes for The Guardian. He does lots of media. He ends up on BT and all kinds of stuff. His name's Andy Brassel. We've done a show with him on redmentv.com today, an exclusive with him. And I was asking him for his opinion because he knows about Olas. He knows about old dealings that has been done with Leon and other football clubs and stuff. And he doesn't think, regardless of what Jurgen Klopp and what the North West media are saying to us, that this deal is dead yet. He knows the way that Leon have worked over the last few seasons, and he recognises these tactics that Olas is employing. I'll give you an example. Liverpool come out and say, Liverpool's sources have told Dom King, who writes for Daily Mail a few days ago, that, it looks likely that the Fekir deal is off. And then what's happened is Leon and Olas have come out and said that they'll present Nabil Fekir with either the World Cup or his medal at the first home game of the season. What he's saying is and this is Matt from This Is Anfield was telling me this as well last night, is that, it feels a little bit like Liverpool come out and say the ball's in your court, we're not going to come back in for him, and Leon come out and say, well, he's going to be here on the first game of the season and we're going to present him with this, and now the ball's back in Liverpool's court. So it feels to him like he recognises, and he does, that these tactics that Olas has employed before, and he goes into much more depth and detail into some past transfers and stuff, so do check that show out. But he doesn't think the deal's dead, and I hope that the deal's not dead. Okay, so we've got where is that? Where are you? We've got some more news. Get on to this one, Tom. Redmen TV are live in Dublin, mate. You know what I mean? ctickets.com/event/ just the-redmen-tv/live-in-dublin/murray-s-bar/1246211. Or just bit.ly/redmentv-dub. We're live in Dublin, August the 3rd. Cannot wait for that. Go and get your tickets now. They are selling out. Probably over 4/5 of the tickets have sold. If you're on the fence, it's going to be a wild night. So get over to Dublin and get yourself a Redmen TV party. I will also... my name popped up on the Liverpool Echo blog today. Look at this, Blood Red Live, Q&A with James Pearce, Chris Pajak of the Redmen TV, Dan Nicholson of Boss Night, and hosted by comedian, actor, and all-round top bloke Neil Fitzmaurice. That will be in the Baltic Market on August the 8th, Wednesday. It's a good job that I knew that date because I'm there, and I'm looking forward to that one. That should be a good one. Tickets are £5 and you get a free beer. I'm hoping I get a free beer because, you know, I'm involved in it. So if you want to fancy come down to that as well. Other actual Liverpool news, Sadio Mane to wear the number 10 shirt for the new season. Oh, yes. So for all those people who are mad into squad numbers, which for my OCD I should be, but it doesn't seem to bother me. I can't turn it on and off. Liverpool's front three will be 9, 10 and 11 next season. I know a couple of people, Paul Machin being one, Matt Ladston from This Is Anfield being another, that are absolutely creaming the keks about that. And they also want Alisson to be the number 1 goalkeeper. They want Liverpool to take that number 10 shirt, number 1 shirt, off Karius and just give it to Alisson. Let me know your thoughts on that one in the comment section below. Is this a hint at where Mane's going to be playing this season? Could it be? People are talking about that on Twitter, of course. Is it a hint that Mane is the number 10 for Liverpool? I think it is. Okay. Ballers! Mo Salah returns to Liverpool training and enjoys game of basketball. As it's revealed, Sadio Mane will take Philip Coutinho's old number 10 shirt. So yeah, Grujic, Mane, Salah, back in training. Get on that. That is a beautiful sight to see, isn't it? I'm a little bit worried that Sadio's toes are flat. I don't know whether he's planning on toe pegging them a little bit this season or not, if Tom's got that photograph on the screen for you. It does look like he's going to toe peg that one a lot, isn't it? He's going to rack him in. There's Mo playing basketball. Worryingly, leaping at full stretch in his socks. Can't imagine that that's good for you. His shoulder seems fine. Mane with the number 10 shirt. And then this. I don't know if that's even allowed at this time of day, but it is. It's there. Told you it was a slow news day. And Rangers close in on loan deal for Liverpool winger Ryan Kent. Apparently Steven Gerrard is after his 10th signing and wants to sign Ryan Kent on loan. He's already picked up a Jaria from us this season. Let us know your thoughts on that one in the comments section below. I'm going to get into some of the comments now. Tom, I've noticed one from Ricky Ball. The squad as it is will definitely see us challenge for the title this season. I think if we can add a quality playmaker to this current squad would make us champions. I think we're going to run Manchester City close this season. I am full of optimism and hope for this new season. This Liverpool side with a world-class spine. Wow, it's been a long time since I've said that. From goalkeeper to centre forward, we are full of it. You know, I think we've got 6 world-class players. I really do. I think you're looking at Alisson. I think you're looking at Virgil van Dijk. I think you're looking at Keita, Mane, Salah, Firmino, and then Robertson. Obviously, I mean, it's probably a little bit unfair to class him as only world-class. So yeah, 6 proper world-class players there. Liz Hankinson, is Klopp under pressure to win something now? I think he'll be under pressure from the media. I think, of course, he will be. He spent a lot of money. Liverpool have earned the right to spend that money, though. We've been run the right way. We've bought well and sold well, and that's how we've amassed that Phil Coutinho money. You know, we bought him from Inter Milan, took a bit of a gamble on him, around about 10 million quid or whatever, and sold him for 142. But there is going to be pressure. I've got to say that it will be external forces. I think Liverpool fans will want a trophy. Of course they will. And they'll almost be teetering on the edge of expecting a trophy. But if we have a good run at the title, me personally, I understand that it's very, very difficult to win trophies. You know, you've got 20 teams in the league vying for that number 1 spot, 6 teams with a genuine chance. In the Cups, anything can happen, can't it? FA Cup, again, you've just got loads of good clubs vying for that. Champions League, that's one of the hardest trophies in the world to win. So I think, you know, there will be a section of fans that do expect Klopp to deliver trophies with the money that he spent, but as long as we're moving in the right direction, that's still okay for me. As long as we close that gap on Manchester City a lot, that's still okay for me. It was 25 points last season, and if we can get it down to 2 or 3, I'd be absolutely made up with that, because next season, if we carry on, you know what I mean, I think we can win it. Have you got any more for me, mate?
Yeah, I've got a super chat from Jules Singh from earlier on. Alisson will win us 12 to 15 points a season.
Yeah, I think that's I think that's about right. We did the Stats and Tactics show on the website earlier on in the week, and for Roma, what Alisson was probably doing was about a 10-point swing. And if you look at Karius and Mignolet combined over the course of a Premier League season, you could argue that there was a few points lost there. So, say even if they just lose 3 points and Alisson continues with what he did last season in Roma and gets us 10, that's a 13-point swing. That's half the gap, just over half the gap to Manchester City already, and that's without the likes of Fabinho and Keita being added into that, as well as Xherdan Shaqiri, and hopefully we won't have as many injuries as last season. Have you got anything on? Do people think we're going to sign Fekir, or did they not?
Martin Patterson, says, don't need Fekir in my opinion, would be a bonus but not the end of the world. Move Bobby back into attacking midfield. Imagine how many goals Salah will get if he plays through the middle every game.
It's an interesting point. I've mentioned it a few times about Salah playing in that number 9 side, in that number 9's position, and it's interesting for me because I wonder whether he'd have the same output, because I think one of the difficulties for defenders is his movement from wide to inside, and nobody's ever sure of, is the centre-back supposed to wait for him? Can he get moving in time with Salah's pace? Or is the full-back supposed to track him? And it's that indecision, I think, that Salah is an absolute master at getting the best out of. He seems to understand when there is indecision and be able to exploit that indecision. So I'm not sure whether he'll be able to get as many goals, but I still think he's a quality player. Obviously, absolutely top draw, and he'd still be able to get goals in that position. I do feel like I agree with your point about, it's not a necessity, but I would absolutely love it. I mean, again, this summer's almost been a series of statements of intent by Liverpool, hasn't it? I mean, it started last year when we wrapped up the Keita signing. Then a statement of intent, we're getting that DM sorted that we've not had since Mascherano, bang, Fabinho. Now we've come out and gone, we want to win trophies, and to win trophies we need a world-class goalkeeper, and we'll buy it. We've bought a world-class goalkeeper. I think if you were to sign Fekir as well, it's like, yeah, boys, girls, seriously, this Liverpool side are in win now. We're in win now anyway, but I mean, we're looking at one of the most talented squads in the league if we sign Fekir, and that's why I want to obviously see that happen as well. Would love to sign Fekir. Cherry on top, says Marvin. Go on, Tom.
Michael Liversidge says, should Klopp give Alisson a number 1 jersey? Some people are saying that on Alisson's gloves he had a number 1.
Did he? Didn't notice that. Eagle eyes on all of you.
I'll find out for sure right now.
Go ahead, nice one, mate. I just don't think numbers matters. For footballers, I don't know what it is. I just don't seem to care. If it makes all yous happy, then give him the number 1. I don't think he needs the number on his back to know that he's the number 1. He's the most expensive goalkeeper that any club in the world has ever signed. That's probably enough for his confidence to know that he's coming in as the number 1. I think that's a fair cop. Chris, do you have any experience of coaching or statistical analysis? Says Rakesh Singh. No, none whatsoever. Self-taught, you know what I mean? Self-taught. I absolutely love it though, and I read a lot of it. I've read books on it. I spend so much time on these mad websites, and all kinds of German websites are absolutely superb for it. I've read books on Jurgen Klopp and his tactics. I've read books on Pep Guardiola and his. I've read books on, inverting the pyramid and the evolution of football tactics in the Premier League. I've read so many books on this. I'm not ever going to profess to be an expert because I've never been taught it, but I've read a lot of information. I always make my own decisions on stuff. It's why, years ago when we started doing this, I used to listen to loads of the other podcasts, and I think so many people are doing some great content around Liverpool Football Club, but I always like to make my own opinions on everything, and I always feel like, whenever I do a match reaction, I try not to be in earshot of Paul. I try not to be in earshot of anybody else. I go and, if anyone sees me at the game, I tend to go and just spend some time on my own and try not to talk about the game with anyone, because I don't want it to be, I try not to pass off other people's opinions as my own. So you know, again, if we're in the studio and we're not doing it, I'll go and sit in another corner and I won't look at Twitter and I won't look at any other articles or anything. I just want to give you my opinions, and then I'll read all the other stuff after the fact, like, which is probably why my opinions change so much, because I realise how wrong I am. But yeah, that's the way that I do it anyway, rightly or wrongly. We've got a couple of cool little ones here. Got a green super chat from Stephen Turner. Thank you so much for that. Do we reckon we need a left back as cover for Robertson because Moreno is poop? I think he's probably one of the better number 2 left backs in the league, to be honest with you. I thought he was playing at a really high level last season before he got injured, and I would hope that, you know, you could argue Manchester City have got a better pairing of left backs than us. Nobody else, I don't think. Cameron Laidlaw Hamilton, thank you for the green super chat. Klopp could be saying that to the media to keep it quiet, and he could surprise us all with signing Fekir like he did with the Fabinho signing. This is what I want to hear. That's the stuff that I'm going to hang my hat on. I am hoping that is exactly what Jurgen Klopp's doing. He has played the media, and Liverpool Football Club have played the media like a fiddle all summer long, and I am just hoping that this is the last stanza of the Premier League transfer window 2018 by Liverpool Football Club. Did you like what I did there with the stanza and the fiddle? And
yeah, it was good.
I thought that was quite good. I should probably have not mentioned it. I'll just look a bit like cocky in that now. Anyway, okay.
Sidney Fisher asks, do you think Markovic has a future at Liverpool next season?
Nope.
Even though we might need a winger?
Nope. I just don't think he's very good. I really don't. Paul we have a conversation about this on the Uncensored Match build-up show for Dortmund. Spoilers, me and Paul disagree on this one. Why do people keep shouting lovely cushion head of a Jack in the comments? And it's not people, it's the same guy, Patrick_8. Curtis Jones, first team squad, said Dan W. Wow, you guys you just want to know what... I tell you what, the build-up show will be out tomorrow. We talk about that as well. Spoilers, yes. Chris will be presenting Sky Sports soon. Hooked on his videos. What a presenter, said Dan Masumi. I do not think that would be the case. Thank you for the compliments, but no. Chris, could you please make the daily news show around 3 to 4 a day? I'm sure it'll accommodate everyone too, like me. That was Copite Legend. To be honest with you, no. Because we have other stuff. It's kind of the way that our day kind of normally works. To be honest, we tend to be doing like other filming or editing or, you know, other stuff. I mean, the amount of meetings that we have is absolutely mental. So it just doesn't kind of work out that we can do it in the afternoon like this. How many people are watching out of interest?
2,400. That's
a lot of people watching me blabber on about no news, isn't it?
I think...
What do you do with your lives?
It's one of them. If there's news, then we'll go live. If it's breaking news, we're live straight away.
Yeah.
But usually we do a lot of content.
Yeah, we do a lot of content. You just don't see it all. That's the problem. I think you think like the YouTube is what is kind of, and a lot of people do subscribe. We watch these shows, but like some of the better content that we do is actually on the website. Like, you know what I mean? Like we do so many podcasts now that if you haven't got time to sit and watch all of our videos, you can get them into your podcast app and you can just listen on the move. That seems to be really popular. It's actually probably more popular than watching the videos nowadays. We do the stats and tactics, we do Reds News Roundups, we do in-depth dives. We talk about it all the time, but not everybody watches every video, do they, of course? And I think a lot of people, and I might be right or wrong in saying this, I think a lot of people quite like just having a chat with us, and to be honest with you, I kind of like having the chat with people on YouTube as well, which is why I tend to answer so many questions. Shut up, Ben Leyland. That's absolute filth. What do you think if we sign Christian Pulisic, says Mohamed Youssef? I think that would be absolutely brilliant. See you later, Paul. Do you want to say goodbye to everyone? Paul's going home. In fact, he's going to America. See you later, buddy.
You're a star, baby.
I was going to kiss you, but then I realised there's 2,400 people watching.
And if it's really successful, then we have to change the style of content.
We'll just start a new channel. We'll just tell people what the other channel's called. See you later. And because Paul gets off at, 4:45, that's why we can't do shows at this time, do you know what I mean? 4:45. Swan's in at 1 o'clock today. or something goes at 5:15. Me and the lads have been here since, well, I've been here since 8:30.
We finished at 12 yesterday as well.
Yeah, we finished at midnight last night, you know what I mean? I was up at 5 o'clock yesterday morning with the kid and got home at like midnight. Absolutely mental. Pulisic, I'm so sorry. I'd love Pulisic at Liverpool. We talk about that on the build-up show as well, so let's just not talk about that. Please buy a centre-half, says John Joe. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure we need a centre-half, you know. Lovren's convinced me again that he's the player that I think he is. And, you know, I realised that I'm going to have a tattoo sometime, somewhere on my arm with how many times I've wiped the slate clean on this lad. But for now, I seem to be quite comfortable. Hamza Ashraf asks, Chris, are you not going to America? No, I'm not. I can't do it this time. Quite honestly, my kid's pains in the bum. And my wife would struggle a lot if I was to go away for 10 days. And I kind of don't want to go away for 10 days without them as much as I'd love to go and watch Liverpool. We've been away a lot this season, or last season, watching Liverpool. I really would love to go and watch the Reds in America again. Swan off into the States. But I just can't do it. Me, you know what? My wife would miss me. I couldn't do that to her. You know what I mean? If you're watching, Kat, which I know you're not, I love you. Okay, that got weird. Come to Scotland, said Conan Baliga. What for? I'd rather get one more attacking option than a centre-back, says Mosi S. Yeah, that's a good point. I agree with that. So Fekir is not coming, says Jay Han. It depends who you believe. There's rumours around Fekir, but it looks like Jurgen Klopp. I was there when he said it. He said it doesn't look likely we're going to sign anybody. Who do we start at right back next season? We have so many options, says Matthew Thomas. Well, yeah, we've got Gomez, we've got Klein, we've got Trent Alexander-Arnold, we've got Rafa Camacho coming through as well, who's looked really good in pre-season, haven't we? Early shout, Trent Alexander-Arnold will be our right back for next season. I just feel like he offers us a little bit more. I think his ceiling's a little bit higher, and it's mad to say because Nathaniel Klein was so good. Paul Senior from the Anfield Wrap had a great theory that he put out on Twitter. I was actually sat right next to him at the Tranmere game on pre-season, and he was saying it to a few of his friends then, a few of his mates then, and he put it out on Twitter late that night, and his theory is that Liverpool haven't announced Fabinho's squad number because Klein might go, because Klein's number 2 and Fabinho obviously likes that number 2. And to back it up, and I think this is brilliant, to back it up, Liverpool are missing out on a lot of merchandise sales by not having Fabinho with a squad number, which I think it kind of backs it up, doesn't it? What do you think on that, Tom? Like you've got one of the star signings of the summer who you've not allocated the squad number to, so no one's going to go out there and buy a Fabinho shirt when they don't know what number he's going to be. And the number that he wants is on Nathaniel Klein. Why? They've given Mane the 10 today. Why haven't they given Fabinho that number 2 shirt or a number 3?
It is a strange one. I mean, I don't think Klein's going to go. I think we need that cover at right back at the end of the day. And it frees up Gomez to go into centre back. It lets Trent go into the midfield. Why would you get rid of that cover? But then on the flip side, we could get a fair bit of money for Klein. He's an experienced right back. He was England's number 1 until Walker was there, really, wasn't he? I don't know. I don't believe that, but it's plausible.
It is plausible. It absolutely is plausible. Okay. RIP anyone that bought the number 19 Mane shirt, Marvin. And on that note, I bid you farewell. I'll be back Sunday night, I think it will be, after the Dortmund game with a little match reaction from ours. Yeah, Owen, I did see that one. That was boss. Yeah, sorry, I'll be back Sunday night. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the Redmen TV if you haven't already. I think we broke 275,000 yesterday subscribers, or maybe it was the day before. Like, so thank you to everybody who's helped us on this journey. Like, I say it a lot because I mean it. Like, friggin' dream. Just a dream that I get to do this every day. It's amazing, and it's literally all because of you guys. So thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Ta-ra.